What's going on, Aries? It's your girl D here with your, this is your solar lunar eclipse in Scorpio season video. It's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. We're dealing with your second house where Taurus is. You're going to have a full lunar eclipse there. And then we're also dealing with the opposite polarity of Scorpio, which is, of Taurus, which is Scorpio. And we're having a partial solar eclipse there. So here's the rundown. We got a lot of activity going on this month, a lot of movement, a lot of planets coming out of retrograde. I talked about that in the astrology reading for each sign, so make sure you check that out. That'll be attached at the end of this video. So we talked about all of the movement that's going on in October, but this video is going to focus specifically on the solar lunar eclipse energy. We are in that pre-energy right now. So on October 23rd, Venus goes into Scorpio. On October 24th, the Sun goes into Scorpio, making it officially Scorpio season. And then the very next day on October 25th is the partial solar eclipse in Scorpio. So a lot of energy going on in your Scorpio house, your 8th house, okay? 2 weeks after that solar eclipse, that partial solar eclipse on the 25th of October, the opposite polarity house of Taurus is going to experience a full moon lunar eclipse on November 8th. So we got a lot of lunar energy going on in your 8th and your first house. Your 8th and your second houses. Your second house has to do with your physical manifestation of money. It has to do with your security, how you provide for yourself, how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, your self-worth. Okay, Taurus is there. The North Node is there. Uranus is currently there in retrograde and will be in retrograde until January, right? So we're going to look at what's going on in your second house, and then we're going to pull some cards for what's going on in your 8th house where Scorpio is. Your 8th house is going to get the energy first, okay? So let's see what's up with you guys. This is going to be a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. So we're going to pull out 6. Oh, damn, okay. 6 cards. The top 3 are going to be for your Scorpio house. The bottom 3 are going to be for your Taurus house. All right, and we'll see what energies may be coming your way, okay? What you might be dealing with or feeling, mostly because we're dealing with lunar energy, or what you may be experiencing, or, the people around you, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be you, but it very well could be. All right, so the overall energy for your spread here is the Page of Cups energy, Cancerian energy, okay? Let's show you the cards here. So for your Scorpio house, we have the 10 of Wands in reverse. We have the 3 of Swords in reverse. We have the Major Arcana of the Sun in reverse, Leo energy. Now, for your Taurus house, we have the Knight of Swords reverse. Major Arcana of the Wheel of Fortune, which is Sagittarius energy. And then we have the 5 of Pentacle energy in reverse, which is Taurus energy. Okay, Moon in Taurus, to be brutally honest. I believe it is the Moon in Taurus, 5 of Pentacles. But I could be wrong. But let's see. So, the overall energy being the Page of Cups. So this could be, if this is not about a child, to me this is about some type of message. A message of concern, a message of love, someone wanting to show you some type of emotion or concern, okay? Could be someone just calling to check up on you, see how you're doing, or I'm getting like a message of concern, just to say, hey, how you doing, see what's going on. It could be that somebody may be coming towards you that you, well, let's just see. We don't want to put anything out there that is not necessarily the case. So with your 8th house, the 8th house is the house of, it's the house of the occult, of course, with Scorpio energy, but it's also the house where you look at cycles ending and beginning. It's also where the South Node is as well for the collective, okay? So with all that energy going on, there's major transformation going on in your psychology, right? Because the 8th house to me represents your psychological impact. It also represents the house of the connections that you have with other people, as far as the karmic ties. Not necessarily karmic ties, but what is the word that I want to use? I'm having a brain fart. For example, anybody that you're intimate with, you create a tie with them, okay? So this house deals with that. You know, the reasons why this is the energy where you're also dealing with, you know, your secrets, what goes on behind closed doors. So, for example, if Taurus is you and your partner, right? Everybody sees you and your partner. You guys are looking good, whatever. They see the physical aspect of that. They see what you two look like together, if you look like a handsome couple or not. But the Scorpio aspect of that relationship will be what goes on behind closed doors, the dynamics between you and this person, the power struggles between you and this person. If there's someone who's more dominant in the relationship, you know, it would that energy will be demonstrated in your 8th house. This also is the house of anything that you create with someone else. Okay? Doesn't matter what it is. It could be an actual child. It could be money. Okay? The energy you create with someone else. All right, so also the house of death and rebirth, right? Of all sorts of things, the physical realm as well as the spiritual, emotional, every aspect possible. So the Ten of Wands is here in reverse. You know, you could have been really, like I said, this house deals with power struggle. So there could have been something that you were very passionate about. It could have been a power struggle between you and someone that you were dealing with. This house also deals with taxes as well. Estates, the financial aspects of a scenario situation when someone physically dies. So there could have been some type of stressful situation that you were trying to get to work out in your favor, and perhaps you have decided to let that go or to give that up. Okay, perhaps it's something that no longer makes you happy. So there could have been some type of connection or dynamic that you were in that at one point you were doing whatever you could to keep it together because you at one point thought that this is what you wanted. It could have been a situation where it looked good on the outside, right? And so you did everything you possibly could. Like, remember that scenario I just gave you? For example, you may see a handsome couple. They may be rich and you know, financially stable, and you know, you're like, okay, they got it going on. So for example, let's just give a basic example: Jay-Z and Beyonce. We don't know what goes on in their private life, right? But they on the outside, they got lots of money. You know, they're wealthy, both of them. They're everybody knows their name. All you have to do is say Beyonce. Everybody knows who you're talking about. All you have to say is Jay-Z. Everybody knows who you're talking about. You know, they're a popular couple. They're a power couple, blah, blah, blah. But that's the Taurus aspect of it. The Scorpio aspect of it is what goes on behind closed doors between them two. What they do to keep their relationship together. The fights between those two. Who's the power player in the relationship, or, you know, when power. It's a balance. You know, sometimes one person has more power in certain circumstances than the other. But we're looking at what goes on behind closed doors. So I feel like for some of you, you were in a connection, whether it was a business partnership, because you know the 8th house deals with money, other people's money. When you and someone get together and y'all produce money, whatever you produce with the energy, once your energy is intertwined. So there was something that you guys had, a partnership, a relationship, whatever it was. It was something you wanted at one point, but it looks like it was difficult for you to keep it together. So I feel like, you know, you may have given up on a situation, or your partner may have given up on a situation, okay? And this would resonate also with people who have a North Node in Taurus, Scorpio, South Node, okay, natally. So this reading would go well for them as well. It would relate to them as well. Now, your Taurus house here, you have the Knight of Swords reverse, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Pentacle energy in reverse. So I don't know if this is revenge, okay, with the Knight of Swords energy in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Pentacle reverse. I do feel like somebody could be trying to come back. So this could represent the fact that this person could be coming back to say, hey, what's going on? You know, we broke up, but, you know, so I feel like this could be an energy of someone reconnecting with someone, okay? This could also be an energy of someone who maybe was trying to have a baby. Maybe someone had difficulty getting pregnant. A couple could have, you know, they look good. You know, like I said, the stereotypical couple that I gave you the example. But maybe behind closed doors, they're having a difficult time getting pregnant. or having a child or bringing a child into the world. Or they could be having a difficult time with their finances. But let's get some clarity and see what could be going on with these houses here. What's this Ten of Wands in reverse for Aries? Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like for somebody, they may be having a difficult time getting pregnant. It could also be a situation here where somebody has a difficult time, like maybe the woman is the breadwinner, or she might be the sole breadwinner, and the power dynamics in the relationship could be at play here. Because, you know, maybe you're with a man who, you know, feels emasculated or could be feeling emasculated because his woman makes more money than him. That could be the case as well. But let's see what this Three of Swords in reverse is. Because I feel like there was death here in this connection, because this is the Scorpio energy. So I feel like you may have broken up. Okay, so there was some type of, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, there was a lot of stress dealing with this situation. There could have been some lies, somebody not being honest about what they truly wanted or what they truly want. Okay, or somebody's just frustrated. It was heartbreaking. Maybe somebody lost a child. My condolences to those who may have miscarried or who are just having problems getting pregnant. What's the Sun energy in reverse? Okay, 2 cards fell out. The King of Wands fell out, and the Page of Pentacle energy in reverse fell out. So yeah, I feel like for somebody, for some of you, it was difficult for you to have a child, or maybe you lost a child. Again, I'm sorry that you had to experience that. But this could also be that somebody, there could be a woman in a relationship who's tired of being the breadwinner. Like maybe behind the scenes, she's the one who pulls all the money, pulls all, you know, does everything. But maybe out in the world, she may present it that her man is the one who has the money. You know, for example, like me, I would do that. This is what I would do. Like if I had a man, I was making more money than him, and it bothered him to a certain extent, whether he told me it or not. I know how the world perceives men and women and dynamics and things like that. So if it was all about, you know, him feeling uncomfortable, if I sensed he was feeling uncomfortable, or you know, he actually said to me he was kind of uncomfortable because of the financial dynamics, then what I would do is, for example, if I knew we were going out to dinner and we were going out with friends, before we went out, I would just make sure that he had the credit card. I would give it to him, or I would make sure that I transfer funds to his account so that he can pay for the bill and, you know, be comfortable and not look like, oh, you know what I mean? Some people have issues with that. Some men have issues with that. So, you know, that could be going on behind the scenes so that out in the world, it looks like, okay, he's the man with the money. He's the one who's taking care of everything. He's paying all the bills type of thing. So it could be something like that going on. If it's not that, I do feel like it could be something going on with the child. It could be child custody as well for some of you. You know, because the 8th house does deal with custody of children, like when there's a divorce or a separation, you know, because the 8th house deals with death. So if there's a death of a relationship or a death of a marriage, the things that you created together belong in the 8th house. So in this case, this is when children belong in the 8th house. I'm also getting a situation here where there could be questions about paternity, or there could be some concerns about child support, paying child support. All right, but let's take a look at what's going on in your Taurus house here. So let's see this Knight of Swords energy in reverse, because this is what's going to be opposing what's going on in your Scorpio house. So we have the 9 of Pentacles energy in reverse, which is clarifying the Knight of Swords in reverse. All right, 1 second. Okay, so I feel like with your Taurus your Scorpio house, what is hidden is that somebody's tired. Somebody's tired of being the breadwinner or the provider, or someone's, you know, tired of trying to have children and they can't. And what's opposing that, you know, is that this person is not speaking up, but somebody may feel worthless with the 9 of Pentacle energy in reverse. There could also be somebody who's dealing with someone who's already married. That's another thing. So there could be a couple of different things going on here, but basically somebody is tired of not speaking their truth or not being heard. Okay, their complaints or their concerns falling on deaf ears. Ace of Cups clarifies the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like this could have been, somebody wanting to try again, okay, as far as if this is a baby. If this is in reference to, a relationship dynamic where there's money and there's a power play as far as who has the money, I feel like the person who was providing, okay, so it could have been a woman who was involved with a man who's very attractive, he looks good, things like that, but he may not have any money. So this woman is fronting the bill and everything. People are thinking that, okay, they're a nice couple, they're a power couple, but yet she's the one who's financing everything. This is just an example. It does not have to be you, and it could be vice versa too. Okay? I feel like somebody is frustrated. Somebody was frustrated with the situation. Somebody was aggravated. It was a lot of stress. But they're also, I feel like for some of you, there's also a third party. Somebody got pregnant by somebody else's husband or wife. Or somebody's husband got some other woman pregnant. Or somebody's wife is pregnant by another man outside of her, besides her husband. This Five of Pentacle energy is in reverse, clarified with this Eight of Swords in reverse. So somebody wants to reveal what's going on, I feel like. There's a couple different things going on here, y'all. Again, there's a scenario here where somebody finds out that somebody's wife or husband is pregnant by the outside party. There's another situation here where there's a power play with the dynamics when it comes to money. There's a scenario here where one person has all the money. Most likely because we have the Queen of Pentacles here. This Queen of Pentacles has the money. She's the money maker. She's dating this man who's not paying any money. He's got good sex. Okay, with the King of Wands energy and the Page of Pentacles in reverse, he's got great sex. But with the Sun energy in reverse, this is an ego thing. He just looks good, right? So she keeps him around because of that. Now the thing is he may have messed with someone else or got someone else pregnant. But I feel like he could have been out here dealing with someone else because this Ace of Cups is here. The Sun energy is here. We got the Page of Pentacles here and the Page of Cups here. And the Queen of Pentacles is usually a mother figure. So, we got a lot of baby energy here. And the 8th house deals with death and birth. Everybody always thinks about Scorpio's death energy. But it also deals with birth. So for some of you, you could be having a baby. You could be expecting a baby. Or there's a scenario going on here where there's a baby here. Or there could be something about child support, okay? Or somebody splitting up, a marriage is splitting up and then trying to figure out what to do with the child. Or whether it's child support, whether it's custody, things like that. But this is what I'm getting that some of you may be dealing with this lunar eclipse energy. And eclipse energy is energy used to finalize something or to close something out. So for some of you, there's some final conclusions that are coming to a situation, that are coming to a head, or some things are going to wrap up and come to an end. You're going to speak up or someone's going to speak up, but there's things that might come to a head. All right. We have the Page of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Nine of Swords reverse, and the Eight of Swords reverse. Somebody could be getting out of prison. Somebody could have been dealing with someone while their husband was in prison. And, that could be a case for some of you as well. Somebody might have gotten, so for example, a woman could have been married, her husband may be in prison, she may have messed with someone else and gotten pregnant by this man that she was messing with. And her husband could be coming back, could be coming home, coming back. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be that she was pregnant. So for some of you, there's no baby involved in this situation. It's just that this married woman is cutting off her lover because her man is about to come home from prison. So a couple different scenarios there that some of you may be dealing with. I just wanted to touch on some of the things that some of you could be dealing with. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't try to make it fit. This may not be something you're dealing with directly. It could be somebody else that you know who's going through this, because as an Aries ascendant, you may just be witnessing this. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be the one actually involved. As an Aries moon, you could be the one who's involved, okay? As an Aries sun, you could be the one who's taking some type of action in this situation, all right? But that's what I got for you guys in reference to what you might be dealing with the solar lunar eclipse energies. If you need a personal reach out, my information is in the box below. Also in the box below is my other channel, the link for that, the mini styles of tarot. Make sure you check that out. I just put up in the community tab on this channel, I just posted the silent enemies readings that I did for all the elements, air, earth, water, fire. So make sure you go to the community tab and check that out. And that way you'll be able to subscribe to the other channel as well. That way you'll get the notifications for that one as well. I love you guys and I wish you the best, and I will see you in the next reading. Later, Aries.